Hey, and welcome to FCRB TV. And I couldn't wait to get on today because Arsenal have just finished disposing of AC Milan in the first leg of the round of 16 in the Europa League. The Gunners were, going into it. We weren't all feeling, very confident about the game. We had just come off the loss to Brighton. Milan, meanwhile, they hadn't conceded in forever. They were flying high. They were on the right track. We were not. But today we look like a different side, and I'm not getting carried away with the victory. It's a great victory, very important for us. We needed to get off the schneid and have a positive result, and we did that today. But I think that Milan is a really under par, and they are not to the standard of the Premier League. So we were able to cope with them because what we have to go through week in, week out in the Premier League, and they gave us too much space. They weren't fast enough. They couldn't punish us on counters. Their possession wasn't, menacing enough because they didn't have a lot of pace to really get after us. So we could keep everything in front of us, and we really weren't under the cosh from Milan's attack. And then when we got the ball, we looked fast, we looked powerful, we looked, filled with intent. And I mean, Mkhitaryan was able to do whatever he wanted after once he got the ball on the left over there. He just cut inside, get crosses off. He was able to do whatever he wanted. Every time we went forward, we were quite dangerous, and we haven't looked that dangerous since we beat Tottenham back in November 18th. So I tell you. It's a great victory. I thought that Ospina was fantastic today. The back line, we looked good because there was no pace to really put us under pressure. Ramsey, there was a moment where in the first half, Ramsey had tracked back and helped Chambers double down on, I think it was the Turkish lad, the number 10. I don't even want to try to say his name because I don't want to butcher it, but you all know who I'm talking about. He's a good player. The Mesut Ozil wannabe. He's a good player. But we doubled down on him, and Ramsey was really working, and he gets his goal as well. I think that the players play with a bit of urgency because they realize, what, this is it for the season. We've got to try to get something out of it. Danny Welbeck wasn't good enough as usual, but that's okay, whatever. Hoping Lacazette will come back in the later rounds. Ozil had time and space to do what he wanted. Mickey was great. Shaka looked, competent. So I tell you, we looked great today. But I think we played with even greater intent than we've had in some matches now. But again, Milan were not good enough, and we can't get carried away. Can we go ahead and win the Europa League? It's still up in the air. My belief increases about 5%. It's still not passing yet. It's about at 60% now. But there's still good sides in there. This tie's not done yet either. We cannot go home and think that the job is done, as we learned from Ostersund. And I don't think we'll do that because the players realize that this is all we've got left. I'm hoping that this victory here will spur us on to try to get some results in the league so that we can try to catch Chelsea and try to get fifth. But we'll see what happens there. But aside from that, winning the Europa League is still going to be a daunting task. We've got to finish off Milan next week. And there's still the likes of Red Bull Leipzig, who are playing right now. Atletico Madrid, who won today. And they got Diego Costa. That's one side I don't want to meet until at least the semifinals. So if we can, finish off Milan, get to the quarterfinals, and avoid Atletico, that would be great. I'll take them in the semifinals or the finals. But there's a chance that we can get there. The way that our guys played today, but I think we need the draw to be kind to us. We don't want to run into like Red Bull Leipzig, fast and cunning attacks. We don't want to have to deal with that. Milan are just not sharp enough. You know what I mean? They're just not sharp enough. Never felt threatened. Our lads seemed so comfortable in the game. I haven't seen us being that comfortable in a long time. So I tell you, very very nice to have Mkhitaryan score the first today, and we got a clean sheet. Ospina looked great. We were comfortable. We got to play our game. We looked like a seasoned side compared to Milan today, because Milan. I tell you, they've got some players, but they haven't put it together yet. So luckily, my boy Drew Buzzio told me I shouldn't worry. He's a big, old lady supporter, and he told me, "Perk, don't worry. Milan ain't that good. They ain't beat anybody." And I was like, "I hear you, but we haven't beat anybody either in some time." So I was nervous, but I feel good today. I'm sure a lot of Arsenal supporters are feeling good. I'm sure Arsenal Fan TV is going to be dope today, because might not be, because some people are still going to be yelling Wenger out. People are going to be like, paper over the cracks. It's like, so I'm just trying to enjoy it. It was nice to see our squad win today and finally look decent. But we've got to stay focused, remain concentrated on the task at hand, and try to get to the quarterfinals. We've got Watford on the weekend. And and then we'll be back to host Milan on Thursday. So we got to get 2 more dubs back to back, get back on the good foot, and start to push the finish the season properly. Yes, I do believe that Wenger should #go. He should go at the end of the season. If we can win the Europa League as a send-off for him, that'd be nice. But even if we don't, either way, he should go, because it's just time. And I love Arsene Wenger. I love him. And I'd play for him in a second. I'd do anything for him. But I don't think there are a lot of players in the squad who still feel that way, who feel the way that I do, that they would want him to stay on. So I tell you, Wenger's he's got a few more games left, and then he's got to resign. He's got to resign. I don't want them to terminate him or anything like that, but he's got to go. He can't come back next season. So that's where it is. Arsenal did the job today. Milan are far off, man. Milan are far off. Oh man. And it's a great day. Tottenham lost yesterday, got knocked out of Europe. and then keep your chin up, mate. Chin up. And then Milan just lost to us. I've got some Milan friends, and I know some Tottenham folks, and they're all hurting right now. So Arsenal still gets the last laugh. We've got to keep going, though. I want us to get to at least the last 4, and then when you get to the last 4, Atletico Madrid, home and away, got to deal with Diego Costa. Then, we'll see what happens there. But it's a great day for Arsenal today. Shaking off that losing streak that we were on. But, yeah, so that's that. Very happy for Arsenal today, and for all the Arsenal supporters out there. But, on the local front, FCRB 05, we're getting ready to go to Baltimore Mania next weekend, but we've got one league match this weekend to prepare for, and I, being the manager, I've got a selection headache, because we've got a roster of 20, and everyone's playing very well. Very well. They had a very good training session this week, and I've got to pick 11 players to start the game, and this has probably been the hardest selection I've had to make in some time. I can't remember, having to pick a first 11 and had so much difficulty, all due to the fact that so many players are playing well. Had a good training session. And what I'm afraid of is, like, you pick the 11 and then they go do something else in between that time, and then they come to the match and they are not the same player. So based upon training, recent form in the last few matches, I've got to come up with the best 11 to perform at a high level on Saturday night. So that's what I'm going to be working on up until that time. But it's a good problem to have. So it's been a good week for me, for Arsenal, for FC Red and Blacks. So great day, well done, Mesut Ozil, Henrik Mkhitaryan, Aaron Ramsey, the back four lads. Great job. Happy for you. Monkey off the back. Now we've got to prepare to deal with Watford on the weekend. So that's it for this. It's going to be a short one because there's not too much to talk about. Milan weren't that tough. We beat a team that we should have beaten. We got to keep on going. All right. So up until the weekend, you all take care. All right. And we'll be back then. All right. Ciao.